Okay, going the record in the matter, the people of the state of Michigan versus Danielle Nicole Dexter, file number 21-01656. FY, council appearance.
Chris Martin for the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. Alexander Rusk on behalf of Ms. Dexter, who's standing to my right this morning.
Thank you. How are you all?
Doing well.
Doing well, Your Honor. Thank you.
What was the date that was set for the press conference?
That's correct, Your Honor. I've been in touch with Mr. Russick about this case for it seems like 6 months now. And I think we've reached a plea agreement. And I've written it down on the plea sheet, but just to put it on the record, in exchange for Ms. Dexter's guilty plea to an added count of methamphetamine use, it's a 1-year misdemeanor. The people agree to dismiss the balance of the charges in the complaint. There's a Killebrew agreement to no upfront jail at the time of sentencing. The people would further state that we know the court likes to move quickly on sentencing. We would just ask that before we commence with sentencing, that the court have an opportunity to review a substance abuse assessment. And Mr. Russick has informed me that one has been done. So if that's something we can handle today, I would not object, but if we need a couple weeks, that would be fine as well.
Mr. Russick, that offer is what you communicated with your client about?
Yes, Your Honor. It was a full and accurate statement. And I also have a copy of Ms. Dexter's substance abuse assessment that she completed. I unfortunately only brought one copy with me this morning, but I can provide that to the court.
No worries. She's going to be referred to probation to have a pre-sentence report done anyway, so they could you can provide that to them. Okay, and Ms. Dexter, how are you today? Okay. So you heard the offer that was stated, it's that you're going to plead guilty to an added count of methamphetamine use under 333.47442A, and that the state's moving to dismiss the rest. Do you understand that? You want to accept that offer today?
Yes, I do.
Okay, can you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give us the truth and the whole truth under penalty of perjury? Thank you, ma'am. You can put your hand down. Do have an advice of rights here and plea information sheet with today's date on it. Is that your signature, ma'am?
Yes, it is.
You understand the rights that are here?
Yes.
Do you have any questions about these rights? You understand that you have the right to be represented by counsel, which you are represented today, and you're retained counsel through Mr. Russick's office today. You also have the right to proceed to a trial in this matter. You have the right to have a jury trial. At the time of trial, you have the right to question or cross-examine any of the witnesses the prosecution intends to call. You have the right to call your own witnesses or present any evidence you believe would further a defense to the charge. You have the right to remain silent at trial and not have silence be used to implicate or prove your guilt. You also have the right to be presumed innocent and have the prosecution prove each element of the charge against you, and they have to prove each element beyond a reasonable doubt. You understand those rights? Do you wish to waive each of those rights here today? You want to waive those today so that you can plead guilty?
Yeah.
Okay. Is anybody making any promises to you to get you to waive your rights and plead guilty? Has anybody threatened you at all to get you to waive your rights and plead guilty? Are you pleading guilty because you believe you're guilty?
Yeah.
Are you currently on probation or parole?
No.
Do you understand that a guilty plea could result in a conviction that you may need to report to your current employer? Is that a yes?
Yes.
Okay, you also understand that a guilty plea could result in a conviction that may impact any immigration status you may be seeking. Oh, you still want to waive your rights here today?
Yes.
Okay, lastly, there's a Killebrew agreement. That's an agreement between you and the prosecutor, not a party to that agreement. And so if at the time of your sentencing, if I decide I would deviate from the agreement of no upfront jail, I give you the opportunity to then withdraw your plea, okay? Okay. Do you have any questions, ma'am?
No.
As to the added count, of use of methamphetamine, how do you plead, ma'am?
Guilty.
On a factual basis, please.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you. Ms. Dexter, on December 29, 2020, were you at the location of 1310 West Hillcrest in the city of Lansing, Ingham County, state of Michigan?
Yes, I was.
And at or about that time, were you in possession of and used the controlled substance known as methamphetamine?
Yes.
Did you know that was methamphetamine? Did you have a prescription or other license or other legal right to use that substance? I have no further questions, John.
Any questions from the prosecution?
Ms. Dexter, you said you knew it was methamphetamine. Was that from prior experience?
Yes. That's all.
Court satisfied with the factual basis, I'll accept your plea. I find your plea to be made freely, voluntarily, and intelligently. Matter will be set for sentencing this June 16th at 8:30. Work for you, Mr. Russick?
I'll make it work, Your Honor.
Okay. Prior to sentencing, Ms. Dexter, you need to meet with probation. You actually can go down and meet with them as soon as you leave here. They'll give you a questionnaire to complete. They'll also schedule an interview. Because you've already undergone a substance abuse assessment, and I'm not sure who was with, but if it's a qualifying assessment, you won't need to do a new one. That he can just, your attorney can provide that to the probation department, okay? And they'll prepare for the court a pre-sentence report and recommendation as to how you should be sentenced. Do you have any questions at this time? Any additional matters for the record, counsel?
Nothing from the people, Your Honor. Thank you.
No, Your Honor. Thank you very much.
Thank you. You guys have a good one.
You too, Your Honor. It's nice being in front of you in person.
I know.
Oh, I'll take it down.
Well, I have to bring the file with us.
Oh, okay. But actually, can I just put this in the file right now for them? Sure. That'll make it nice and easy. Perfect, thank you. Have a good one, sir.
Yep. See you later. I think I'm done for this part of the morning at least.
Light morning. I think it's kind of, I saw Judge Flores' doctor was light today too.
Yeah, I think I'm covering for Judge Flores next week, a couple days. So
Oh, okay.
the dockets I've seen for next week are pretty daunting. So we'll see how it goes.
Okay, let's see. We're waiting for Mr. Abbott on Hellborn and then Gary Hayes. Well, we go back to the Supreme Court.
You might think this is funny. Do you remember last week when we were here and I had the case with the woman testifying against Conley?
Yeah.
I should have. I got 10 phone calls that same night afterwards. I was like, oh shit, she got shot. She got picked up with 2 ounces of meth. She got picked up with 2 ounces of meth. I don't know, but 2 ounces of meth is not like, that's like,
A lot less.
it's like a month of that.
Yeah, it's a lot.
He-
You don't use much. I mean,
What's that? Well, this was, there was our star witness.
okay, but was I wrong?
Huh?
Am I wrong?
No. I like that blue.
Oh,
That's
thank
my
you.
favorite color.
Is it?
Super pretty, yeah.
Did you do your own nails?
No, see, I used to have long nails to get them done, but with this,
Okay.
I cannot.
Oh, you can't?
So no, I cannot do that.
Well, I started doing mine during COVID when we were working and I went back to my nails are so long. I was like, but I used to get my nails like when I was 16. I get it done.
Uh-huh.
I mean, literally, it's trashy. The trashier is better. And my girlfriends are like, "What's wrong with you?" And I'm like, "Listen, I've been biting my nails since I was like,
Oh, okay. Me too. I just think because I have really chubby fingers, so I feel like when I have
Make 'em look
longer nails,
longer.
yeah, it helps how they.
your nails look,
Yeah,
when your nails look chubby." It's like,
I feel
That is
like
that
they
is a
are.
personal. That is a personal thing. So let's do that.
But I know I have to. Judge gets hers. I think she gets dipped, and so I might try that since I like to have my nails done. I just can't have a long and tight like that. And so yeah,
You can do it yourself.
really.
I do. Yeah. This is Joe. I do the full coverage tips, but That's because my nail broke so badly that it started bleeding, and I was like, I gotta stop.
Oh,
I gotta start
man.
doing nails again. It's just easier than dip takes a while.
Oh, I wonder, I have to watch, I'm sure they have it on YouTube, watch videos.
1,000%.
Yeah.
You want some Facebook groups? I'll just screenshot my whole list. These are all different. These are all different.
Oh.
They're all real. Except for like,
They're all, you like your real nails?
Mhm.
Oh.
some of them are like enhanced, like if I have like a builder gel or something. They have hard gel that you can sculpt and they have like acrylic, but it's
Like
not
the,
acrylic.
I think I
Polygel?
got that. Yeah, I
Yeah,
got that
it's like
before,
that.
yeah.
It's different, but it is like that.
I feel like the girl who did mine, she was kind of struggling.
Those are all real.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, they look really good. And I try to do them as bad as possible.
So a dip, do you just literally put your thing?
Mhm.
And then how does it?
So it like has like a glue base, like you put like a layer of base down, dip it, brush off, like let it dry, brush off the excess, scrub
Okay.
off, and
That's
stick
the
them on
union.
there. Mhm.
Okay. I
Mhm.
might. If I get lazy though, I probably won't. I might just. Okay.
Yeah, I guess
Mr. Hillborn,
1:30.
Yep.
Because this is rid of it.
your attorney, Mr. Abbott's gonna log in any second, then we're gonna put you in a private meeting room with him, okay?
Okay.
Wouldn't that start right now, though? Like, the minute they take the PR bond off, that these days the county.
Credit for the time that you've already served, even though she gave you a PR. She just committed that she would do that.
Okay, but this time, so now that the PR bond is lit, okay, that this is the days that start right now.
No, she just committed that she would give you credit for the days you served since you were arraigned on the fifth. She
Okay,
just committed to that. So even though you had a PR bond, she's going to give you credit for the time you served with that PR bond. So you would have 16 days credit. She would sentence you to 60. So you would have 44 days left, and then any good time that whatever jail you're in would be.
okay, because this bill right here, okay, would, what am I trying to say, as soon as the PR bond's lit, okay, I get that the 16 days are credited, but right now, as soon as, if I plead today, then it would start today because the PR bond's no longer, you know what I'm saying? Because,
Are you asking if your 60 days would start today?
yeah.
So
Why,
your
what?
44 days would start today.
Right.
44, not 60.
Even if I get charged with a felony, they send you to prison, boom, so I gotta do it, they got me my balls in the place.
Thank you for answering the phone.
All right, man, I'll call you back in a little while. Love you. Yeah, I'm gonna do it, man. Fuck it. I can't just.
Mr. Hilborn, I'm just gonna put you back in the waiting room until Judge's ready to call your case, okay?
All right.
We're on the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Benjamin Hillborn, file number 22-00016. FY, council appearance, please.
Appearing on behalf of the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. John Abbott representing Mr. Hillborn. He's present by video this morning.
Thank you. Today was the date that was actually set for an internal forensic review. We have not received a report yet from we have not yet received a report as to criminal responsibility on this file. However, I was informed that there was a request to address bond.
Thank you, Your Honor. Yes, I would ask the court to order a bond report be made so that I can bring up the issue of bond before the court. It's currently on two cases here. 22-016 and 22-0111, both before Your Honor. Both occurred in late December and early January of this year. So I guess the court to get a bond investigation done, I can raise the issue. He's been in jail since January 2nd, which I think we're approaching the point at which if he accepted the plea bargain, he'd probably be pretty close to full service. So you consider bond. Thank you.
Okay, so you're saying there was a misdemeanor plea that was offered on this?
The note that I have here, I have to double check because I only have access to one right now in front of me, but the plea that I had on this would be on the armed robbery case. You would have to plead to felonious assault and one count of resisting and obstructing an officer, and the other older case would be dismissed, and the other counts would also be dismissed. So it's not a misdemeanor, it would be a felony plea.
I'll order a bond report to be prepared and provided.
Thank you, Your
Okay.
Honor.
What's the other file number again?
22-0111 FY.
Okay. Any additional matters for the record?
None from the defense. Thank you.
Okay, you're all set. Thank you, Mr. Hillborn.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, and Mr. Siga, you need a trial date?
Yes, Your Honor. Good morning. This is Mr. Hayes. Good morning.
Good morning. We're not going on the record on this. There was an offer extended.
It was, Your Honor.
Okay, you can just, I'll put it in a plea sheet. I'll note that it was declined.
Okay, I have it.
Actually, hold on, I had to go. Okay, and we're gonna go on the record on this. We're on the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Stanley Hayes, file number 22-00286 SM. Council appearance?
Morning, Your Honor. Andrea Lacey appearing on behalf of the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. Brendan Basiga with on behalf of Mr. Stanley Hayes. He is here to my right.
Thank you. How are you, Mr. Hayes?
Not so bad. How are you?
You say you're not so good?
Better.
Okay, you can stay back there. We're so social distancing around here.
Sorry.
Okay, well, I'm sure you could be better, but you're alive today, are you not?
Yes.
Okay, you're being seen and not viewed.
Pardon?
You're being seen and not viewed today. You're here, we can see you. We're not here to view you. So then you should be doing better. Okay, you're alive. Nonetheless, today was the date that was set for a pre-trial. My understanding is that there was an offer for you to plead guilty to an added count of operating impaired, and that the state would move to dismiss the original count one. There was a killable agreement of no upfront jail. Did you discuss that offer with your attorney?
Yes.
You wish to decline that offer today? You do not want to decline the offer?
Did you want to proceed forward with trial?
Yes.
Okay, so then you want to decline the offer?
Yes.
Okay. So we're gonna get your trial date today. The court will not be accepting a plea at the time of trial, okay? You understand that? So you still can have your attorney call anytime before then. And then we'll schedule you to come in for a plea if you change your mind. But what I'm saying is you can't come on the day of trial and say, I want to take the plea, okay? Oh. I do not want to find a plea trial date.
Well, just for your trial, be June 21st.
Trial will be June 21st at 8 o'clock in the morning, okay, sir?
First, Your Honor.
That's correct.
Thank you, Your Honor.
No problem. Do you have any questions, Mr. Hayes?
Does it have to be that early in the morning?
Yeah, we have, all trials have to be at 8 o'clock in the morning. We don't do afternoon trials. We gotta call a jury in. The jury has to get in here being paneled. And then your attorney and the other attorney has to ask questions of the jury. So we have to start that as early as possible.
We can have further, we'll talk further about that.
Okay, so 1 week prior to the trial, the court will no longer be entertaining a plea. Any additional matters for the record?
Nothing from the defense. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. You're all set.